Good morning. Welcome to Living in Two Worlds. It is Monday morning, August 31st. We got word over the weekend the excavators would be starting back on site again this morning. So I'm headed over there now to see how things are progressing and make sure everything's going fine and to get some updates. So come along with us and we'll check things out. Stop. I thought while we were driving to site this morning I would just talk about a couple little things that sort of happened over the past week or so while we were on hold or in a holding pattern waiting for the build. One was we've experienced an extreme amount of rain, very large amount of rain in short periods of time here, which according to people that have lived here their whole lives are telling me that it's quite rare. The one day we had, I believe it was about 3 inches of rain overnight. We're living in the trailer. I had left the canopy out without rolling it in, not really thinking much about it. Woke up to a bang in the night and got up in the morning and realized that the canopy had collapsed because of the weight of either the rain or from the wind. But I'll put a picture of that up for you. I got a short video showing that to you. Last night we got a lot of rain. In the middle of the night we woke up to a boom. Weren't sure what it was, but found out this morning the awning came down. In hindsight, we probably should have rolled it in. We didn't. And looks like we're going to lose our patio now. Just to give you an idea how much rain we got. Kimberly's little rain gauge over here reads, what does that read? Just over 3 inches of rain. It did put a lot of water across the bottom of our land as well, which seems to attribute to the bit of puddles that you may see on there now on some of my videos that are coming up now. The other thing is on a week ago Sunday, while at my daughter's in-laws place for Sunday dinner, got together and kids organized a game of dodgeball where it seemed to we had the kids and the grandkids and a number of us in there playing, and my always thinking I'm a lot younger than I still am got involved and played, and probably a little too aggressively, and at one point tried to avoid getting hit by the ball and fell kind of awkward and landed on the ball and something else. And anyway, the result is I ended up with a couple of bruised ribs, which have been quite painful. So the fact that we haven't been working the last week has probably helped in the long run. It's allowed me to recuperate. Still suffering a little from it, but it's getting better. And just so you know, Lee, if you're watching, you were the one that targeted me and made me hurt myself. So you know what? You better take it easy and stop targeting an old man. Anyway, that's kind of what's been going on. So we'll get back to our building. As I mentioned, Monday morning, August 31st, we're back on site. Things are progressing again. We have the same two fellas, Tyler and Sean Klinger here, are here to continue with the property. The first thing we are going to deal with, which is at my request, is these few trees over here. I was here the other day, or earlier in the week, after a very heavy rain, and we found that the water coming down out of this culvert comes down here, and so these trees are partially the issue, but it then works its way across our property. After those heavy rains, the bottom of this property seemed to be quite saturated with water. So we are going to remove these trees that seem to be, well, they're not blocking, but they're impeding that from going straight down. So by doing that, taking that out, hopefully we can direct the water straight down, thus keeping it from eroding away on our property. Sean here is great with this machine. Glad to see him again. Tells me they're here for 4 days, may need 5. See how it goes. There we go. Got them both down. Well, through what looks like 3 trees and some big stumps out. Now this culvert should be able to run. The water should be able to run straight down. So as we build this corner up, as it is, that ditch really is not on my property, but that's fine. We need to divert the water around my property so it doesn't wash away the fill that we're bringing in. So glad to see this happen. Now they just need to haul these up, cut them up, and get them out of here. Well, here's what's left of those trees. Once again, Sean has done a great job of clearing. This is really going to help with that corner of taking these out. Feel good about that. Shortly should be able to get into the digging part, what they actually came for, so hope they haven't set them back too much. We are at 10 o'clock on Monday still, so kind of day 1 of digging phase 2, and we found natural dirt, which we kind of figured we would at this level. And what Sean is working on right now is digging out where the septic bed will lie. So that's being dug, and then I guess we need to get a design for the septic system done real fast and get that over to the township so we can get a septic permit, and they'll start filling that back in with the appropriate soil. So as you can see right now, he's building a barrier around it, so what comes out of our septic doesn't flow onto public land. One of the things they need to do is to build a bit of a road down into the bottom of the lot so that they're able to get trucks down here so they can haul out the dirt they need to haul out and bring in the new fill they need. So they're packing it with this machine. I'm standing probably 50, 60 feet away from that machine, and I can feel the vibration under my feet over here. That thing really does pack the dirt down. Building a road so we can get trucks in. Move dirt out, bring more dirt in. All part of the process. Trying to find the natural dirt, or virgin soil as they call it, here at the top end. Hopefully it's not very far down. If it's not, then that means we don't have too much to dig. It looks as though they're hitting some now, so I don't think it's going to be that far down, but I'm not the expert, so we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Pretty much at the end of day 1. Just to look in the excavation here, I'm standing roughly where we were before we started digging. You can see that's the level here. This is where the garage sits. This corner here in the far corner was where we found the initial sand and were concerned, which sort of led us to the whole issues. And really it has only come down a couple feet to find natural soil. It's starting to drop off as they go this way. The odd part is as you come back this way towards the road, which is up here, it drops off even further. You would think it would be the other way around, but for some reason it's not. So if I look at this here, it seems as though this is about 2 feet below what we were before. This is probably another 6 feet below that. So it appears as though we've had to go down 8 feet under most of the garage at this point in time. And if we go back this way, this here is where they've built their road to come in and out. It will get dug out again once they finish hauling, but for now it needs to stay. We come back down this way, and this here is where the septic is going to go, and this is only down a couple feet from the original soil here. A fair bit of water in this southeast corner, and this is due largely in part to the runoff down from the street, which comes down this side here. And we're going to have to deal with that at some point. This morning we could see the water bubbling up through here. It's pretty much stopped now. I think a lot of this is just saturated from the heavy rains in the past, but we'll have to talk to the township if we get any sort of erosion and get them to fix their water issue down this side. But for the meantime, this is where the septic's going to go. The septic bed and the mantle. I don't quite understand that yet, but I'm sure I'm about to find out. So that's where we stand at the end of day 1. So we'll fill you in as we move along further tomorrow. Tomorrow is expected to be more digging and more dirt hauling. Probably hauling all day. Still got to take, even these large piles behind me have to go, so they will be hauling all day tomorrow, if not into Wednesday as well. So that's it for day 1 of digging 2.0. Not a huge amount accomplished today. Lack of trucks seem to have got in the way a little, but they tell me tomorrow there'll be more trucks here, so it'll go faster. I guess the good news is it's not 20 feet down we have to go, but as I mentioned before, it looks like we're down about 8 feet in the top part, and hopefully it'll sort of feather out as we go. We'll see how it is, but just a matter of getting it all out, getting the engineer to look at it, then we can start to build her back up. Here we are, morning number 2, September 1st, morning number 2 of digging 2.0. September 1st, new month, lots of optimism, feeling good about things. Let's hope it carries on. So just checking out the site here. Looks like we've hit natural soil here pretty much everywhere. Not that deep. Down over here, working more on the backside. We'll go take a look at that shortly, but so far everything seems to be progressing. Hopefully we have the trucks. Yesterday that seemed to be an issue, was they were digging faster than they could haul away. So I noticed one truck already this morning, which was different from yesterday, so I'm assuming we have more trucks than yesterday. So let's take a look over this way, see how it looks on this side. Have to make sure, even though I want to get a place to take a look and get a good view for you, my viewers, I have to stay out of the way of the equipment and stuff so that we don't have any issues. Yeah, it's coming. Doesn't really appear to be any more water in there than there was yesterday, so that's good. Let's hope the rain holds off. They come around here to the west side. You can see where we've come from the garage back through to this side, and you can see where they found natural soil all the way through. So looks as though this whole big chunk over here is going to have to be dug down to that depth. So really all we need is lots of trucks and we can get this thing done. Hope they got lots coming today. Things are picking up. Getting more equipment arriving. A bulldozer of some sort. That didn't keep moving dirt around. Getting exciting. Feel good about all the equipment showing up. I mean, things are happening. Makes me nervous when I think what the price tag's gonna be. but I guess we can't do much about it. Just have to go with it as it is. Well, here we are at the end of day 2, Tuesday, September 1st, end of day 2 on the digging 2.0. I'm now standing in the bottom of the hole, which will be my backyard. We have found native soil, and if you look behind me, you can see how high up the excavator is, where he's still working. Still quite a bit more to go, but at least it's nice to have found the bottom and natural soil, and that we can take it from there. I'll give you a little bit of a walk around the property here, around the hole here, just to show you a little more. Okay, as I mentioned, here I am standing in what will be my backyard here. This is where will get built up with sand, the mantle and the bed for the septic system down here. Then it will get built up above that level you see around me, and you can see just how far down we are. And there's the boss way up there on the hillside, checking everything out, make sure it's right. But you can see just how far down we are from the neighbor's property here, and we are going to be built almost back up to that height, which is sad when you think about the labor and the time and the expense to haul away this much dirt, only to bring a lot of it back in again. Is very sad, but at the same point it is what it is, so we can't do much about it. So the engineer was just here. He's pleased with the progress, pleased with everything else, and everybody's baffled by this corner, whereas this appears to be the natural soil here, but why it drops off as you get closer to the road is not sure. The engineer figures they must have excavated the good soil out at one point and then threw fill back in. So dig further and just see how far it's going to go, but as it stands, it's not too terribly bad. Here we are at the end of day 3 of digging 2.0. This hole's gotten pretty darn big. I'm not sure how well I'm going to sleep tonight, thinking what it's going to cost me at the end of the day, but it is what it is, and we had to do it, so we'll take it from there. So I hope you enjoyed the video so far. We will be putting more videos up as we start to put the sand and dirt back in. There's a little more to go in this corner, which will be finished tomorrow, and I believe at sometime tomorrow they will start bringing sand in the back here for the septic bed, and or start to bring in fill and start building back up. So we'll see how that goes and take it from there. So if you like the video so far, if you like our videos, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel, as there's lots more exciting things yet to come. Talk to you on the next video.